Hey, welcome to the first episode of First Down, presented by the Overtime Page. I'm here with Al and Dylan, and my name is Robert. We're going to talk a little football, so let's go to First Down.
The game that I thought was interesting was Panthers-Cardinals. Cardinals won 28-21. Cam Newton had a spectacular game, 422 yards, 2 touchdowns, a pick. But what I took away from the game was stats. At the end, any player wants a win instead of the stats. Stats don't matter. Players want wins. For instance, the Vikings-Chargers game, if the Vikings win, nobody cares if Donovan McNabb threw for 39 yards, as long as he gets the win. But I think that the Panthers have potential if the defense and special teams can step up.
Yeah, one thing that really bothers me about that defense is they lost a team captain and Pro Bowler, John Beeson, a guy that's all over the field making calls with a torn Achilles, so it's going to be interesting to see how they rebound from that. The first game of the season, obviously, it was a shootout. Green Bay took it 42-34 against the Saints. Drew Brees had a hell of a game with 32 completions for 419 yards and 3 touchdowns, as well as Aaron Rodgers, 312 yards, 3 touchdowns. And it was interesting to see how they just went back and forth. But one thing that really caught me by surprise was the goal line call with Mark Ingram. I thought Sean Payton, with as good as an offensive mind as he has, would have thought of something a little more creative than a rush right up the middle on was it 4th down?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
It was a first down with a few seconds to go. It was the last play of the game.
yeah.
And what a way to start the season. What a great job by the NFL to schedule those 2 last Super Bowl champs, especially coming back from a season where most fans didn't even know if there was going to be a season. To get that game right away, 700 yards from both quarterbacks, 2 of the premier quarterbacks in the league, 6 touchdowns, just a scoring fest, over 70 points. And it could have been the best game of the week until Monday night when the Pats and Dolphins went at it as well.
It definitely started off with a bang, at the least.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then the other game that I was really interested in, and most people here in Houston were interested in, was the Texans-Colts. Big storylines coming into that game. Texans have a new defensive coordinator in Wade Phillips, hoping to pick up that defense, which was dead last in the league last year. The Colts lost their franchise quarterback, Peyton Manning, to neck surgery. That he might be out for the whole season. So it was interesting to see that Texans come out with a huge win, 34-7.
Yeah. And one thing I actually liked this year as opposed to last year was just the motor that the whole team played with. You know, forcing those consecutive turnovers, that's something we didn't see from the Texans defense really at all. And I think you need to keep your eye out for J.J. Watt, because that kid plays nonstop and he has a motor like nobody else. He's a man amongst boys.
Yeah, Mario Williams looked pretty good coming out of that linebacker spot. Got to Kerry Collins a couple of times. Got some pressure. He just looks like a beast standing up. So it's nice to see Mario fitting in this new scheme.
Yeah. The Colts were unmotivated. Texans got an okay win. If they beat the Dolphins next week, that would be a little bit better.
Yeah, I would have liked to see them put some more points up in the second half. I mean, I know the situation with the quarterback, and they were up by so many points, but, you know, you got to put the dagger in when you have the chance. But all in all, I thought it was a good win against a division opponent.
And the cherry on top for the Texans is our running back core. Star running back Arian Foster was out with injury. Derek Ward steps up in the first quarter, gets a couple of nice carries, gets a touchdown. He goes down with an ankle or injury. Ben Tate steps up huge, 116 yards, touchdown, looked great. And even Steve Slayton got a couple of carries for a couple of yards. That running back core in Houston is pretty solid.
One thing that I think goes overlooked is the job that offensive line did. I mean, I don't think Dwight Freeney or Robert Mathis even got in Matt Schaub's face. I think Dwayne Brown did an outstanding job for just being a solid left tackle. And they were just owning people off the ball, and it was nonstop the whole game.
All right, let's head over to second down now. All right, second down is going to be buy or sell. Dylan, who are you buying and selling?
This week I'm going to buy the Texans offensive line. Like I mentioned in first down, you know, they just get off the ball quick. And you got Chris Myers, who I believe is one of the most underrated centers in the game. And as far as selling, I know Al's not going to like this one, but I'm going to sell Cam Newton. I don't think that offensive line is going to hold up. And I think they're going to get him under pressure, or he's going to see some pressure in the coming weeks and make some rookie mistakes at the least.
Yeah, like you said, that Texans O-line's very undersized. They held their own against that big defensive line of Indianapolis. And also Cam did very well, but it was the Arizona Cardinals.
I think it's too early to count Newton out. I think he's gonna continue to throw yards, get the TDs. I think he's gonna be the rookie of the year. For sure.
Well, I'm not necessarily counting him out. I just think he's not gonna make the decisions to give his team the W in clutch moments. I don't think he's ready for that stage in the game.
Yeah, he didn't have that responsibility over in Auburn. He was just there, make a play. He didn't really have to control the game.
I want to see him do good, though. I don't want the Vince Young effect to happen, but we'll see.
Probably not next week against the Packers, but I think he's going to be steady all year throughout.
All right, who are you buying and selling?
I am buying Darren McFadden, Raiders running back. He had 22 carries, 150 yards. I think he's going to be the NFL's champ rusher this year. And I'm selling Chad Ochocinco. He had 1 catch, 14 yards. He only saw 18 plays the whole game. Wes Welker, Deion Branch saw 50-plus plays combined both. So
I think it's too soon to sell Ochocinco. I mean, I know he's pushing 35. He might be older than that. But here you have a guy who's still probably one of the best route runners in the game, and he hasn't quite learned the playbook. And with Tom Brady, you got to take into account that Deion Branch and Wes Welker have been there with him, and they know the adages and the calls and all that stuff. So I think if you could give him a little more time and give him time to grasp that extensive playbook, he'll do better.
I think Ochocinco is one of those lockout cases where he's only been with the team a little bit over a month. There's no way he could learn the Patriots playbook like that because there's so many little things that Belichick throws into his playbook that you have to learn. I don't think Ochocinco has picked them all up.
Exactly, especially with somebody like Tom Brady, who's a field general and goes straight to the line. We saw it against the Dolphins.
Yeah, Chad Ochocinco is easily third-string wide receiver, and that's not to mention the 2 times that Brady constantly throws at. So
Yeah, that's what Brady does, though. He spreads the field. He likes having multiple options. I'm buying Wade Phillips of the Houston Texans. He comes in, completely re-energizes that defense. I don't know what he did with that defense. Mario Williams looked like Mario Williams again. J.J. Watt, what a huge pickup for the Texans in the first round. And just that entire defensive line. There's only 3 of them, and they got to Kerry Collins a couple of times. Also, I'm selling Buffalo. Buffalo did very well in their first game against the Chiefs. Chiefs last year were a playoff team. Don't forget that. Everybody expected them to make the leap forward and become a premier team in the league. But Buffalo could also beat the Raiders this week, depending on how they play. But then after that, it gets a little bit harder for them. They have the AFC East with the Jets and Pats, so it's going to be hard to come out of that division. They also play the NFC East in their schedule, so Cowboys, Eagles, Redskins, Giants, all on their schedule.
I like that Bills offense. The only question for me is their defense. You know, if they can step up and make plays.
yeah, the Bills won't be the worst team in the NFL. That's for sure.
All right, let's head down to third down. And now third down, we each preview a game this week we're interested in. Al?
I got the Packers and the Panthers. It's going to be a difficult task for the Panthers to win. I'm pretty sure nobody will pick the Panthers to win. Packers with the champs. They have a solid defense, solid offense. You got the star quarterback Aaron Rodgers. But if Cam Newton can perform the way he did Week 1, and if the defense can step it up and I'll pitch in a little bit more, then I certainly wouldn't be surprised if the Panthers pull a upset.
Okay, I got the Chargers and the Patriots. I think the fantasy machine, Phillip Rivers, is going to tear up that young secondary of the Patriots, and it's going to be interesting to see how the rejuvenated secondary of the Chargers does against that receiving core for New England.
And the game I'm excited about this week is Eagles-Falcons. Mike Vick's triumphant return to Atlanta. I got the Falcons over the Eagles in that one. It's going to be a great game. Matt Ryan took over that spot that Mike Vick left, and which was kind of hard to fill, and the fans now love Matt, but they still kind of have that spot in their heart for Mike, and it's going to be interesting to see both very good offensive, very solid defenses. It's going to be interesting to see that.
Yeah, I'm interested in seeing how Ray Edwards and John Abraham plan on getting to Michael Vick.
All right, let's head over to fourth down now. And for fourth down, we'll keep track over our picks for the next season, and we'll each choose 3 games and then a wild card game. Dylan, what you got?
I got the Chargers over the Pats. I like to see what that rejuvenated secondary for the Chargers could do against that receiving core of the Pats. I got the Falcons over the Eagles. I think they come back and make a statement. And the Bears over the Saints. I like that defense.
I got Pats over Chargers, Bears over the Saints, and the Falcons over the Eagles.
I got the Patriots beating the Chargers. I think the Patriots are just a better team. I think they're probably going to win the AFC. I have the Saints over the Bears. I think that first week against Atlanta for the Bears was kind of a fluke. I don't expect to see it again. And Eagles-Falcons, that's going to be interesting with Mike Vick returning to Atlanta. But I got the Falcons winning that one.
And for my wild card, I like the Lions over the Chiefs. You got a playoff team last year going against a quarterback that looks red hot, and it's interesting to see how Matthew Stafford will finally develop now that he seems to be healthy.
For my wild card, I'm sticking with the Panthers. Panthers over the Packers.
I'm going to pick the 49ers over the Cowboys. I don't think the Cowboys are going to be that good. Every year they say the Cowboys are going to go to the playoffs and do something special. I don't see it again this year. I think the 49ers will win. And that's it for our show. Join us next week when me, Al, and Dylan go over next week's games, pick 4 new teams, and tell you what's going on in the NFL. Thank you.